the United States Armed Forces conducted an extraordinary military operation in the capital of Venezuela.
Yo el peo en esta mierda, yo.
Events in Iraq have now reached the final days of decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Today, the government of Libya announced the death of Muammar Gaddafi.
Esta mierda, yo. Marico, llegamos a tiempo a la casa, yo.
Invading, capturing the leader, and changing the regime is something the United States is famous for. For decades, United States presidents have invaded countries for their personal gain. United States invasions often lead to regime change to take control of a country's oil resources. Venezuela was invaded by the United States on the night of 3 January 2026. Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro was captured by the U.S. Delta Force and taken by U.S. armed forces to the United States to be presented before a U.S. courtroom on charges of narco-terrorism. President Trump has claimed that the United States will take control of Venezuela and allow American companies to take control of Venezuela's oil reserves.
We're going to run the country until such time as we can do a safe, proper, and judicious transition. So we don't want to be involved with having somebody else get in, and we have the same situation that we had for the last long period of years. So we are going to run the country. We're going to have our very large United States oil companies, the biggest anywhere in the world, go in, spend billions of dollars, fix the badly broken infrastructure, the oil infrastructure, and start making money for the country. And we are ready to stage a second and much larger attack if we need to do so. So we were prepared to do a second wave.
Syria was ruled by dictator Bashar al-Assad. Under Bashar al-Assad's leadership, Syria became a battleground with foreign powers involved. As rebels in the country stood up against the dictator, Bashar al-Assad led chemical bombings on his own citizens. The United States decided to get involved after the chemical bombings, apparently to change the country's regime.
What we now have is evidence that chemical weapons have been used inside of Syria, but we don't know how they were used, when they were used, who used them. We don't have a chain of custody that establishes what exactly happened.
I ordered the United States Armed Forces to launch precision strikes on targets associated with the chemical weapons capabilities of Syrian dictator Bashar al-Assad.
After the U.S. invasion of Syria, apparently in 2024, Bashar al-Assad fled the country to seek asylum in Russia. After al-Assad, U.S.-backed leader Ahmed al-Shara took charge as president of Syria. Libya was under the control of dictator Gaddafi, who constantly challenged Western dominance.
Для меня большая честь принимать вас в бедуинской палатке.
NATO intervened with airstrikes, weakening Gaddafi's forces. Gaddafi was killed on 20 October 2011 in his hometown of Sirte by fighters from the National Transitional Council, the rebel forces that overthrew his regime.
Today, the government of Libya announced the death of Muammar Gaddafi. This marks the end of a long and painful chapter for the people of Libya, who now have the opportunity to determine their own destiny in a new and democratic Libya.
Iraq was under the control of Saddam Hussein, who ruled the country for 24 years. The United States decided to invade Iraq after the horrific 9/11 terrorist attacks.
Don't touch it.
Oh my God!
The United States began Operation Iraqi Freedom. As the campaign unfolded, tens and thousands of our troops poured across the Iraqi border to liberate the Iraqi people and remove a regime that threatened free nations. 5 years into this battle, there's an understandable debate over whether the war was worth fighting, whether the fight is worth winning, and whether we can win it. The answers are clear to me. Removing Saddam Hussein from power was the right decision, and this is a fight America can and must win.
The United States invaded Iraq for security concerns, as the U.S. claimed Iraq possessed weapons of mass destruction, putting the United States in a vulnerable position. The United States claimed it invaded Iraq to destroy weapons of mass destruction. Later, those claims were found to be false, and the real reason was regime change in Iraq to take control of the country's oil resources.